It's no secret that your mindset can make or break your financial success. But here's the kicker. Most people don't even realize how their money beliefs are sabotaging them. Think about it. If you're constantly telling yourself, "I'll never be rich," guess what? Your subconscious money blocks are already working overtime to prove you right. A wealth mindset isn't just about thinking positively. It's about rewiring those deep-seated beliefs that keep you stuck. Ever heard of the phrase, "money doesn't grow on trees"? That's scarcity mindset 101, and it's time to ditch it. Now, let's talk about how this plays out in real life. Picture two people. One sees every opportunity as a chance to grow, while the other is too busy worrying about what could go wrong. The first person invests in themselves, books, courses, mentors, because they know that knowledge compounds just like money. The second, they're stuck in analysis paralysis, afraid to take a single step forward. The difference? A financial freedom mindset that says, "I can figure this out," versus a rich versus poor mindset that screams, "What if I fail?" Here's the thing. Your beliefs about money don't just sit quietly in the back of your mind. They shape every decision you make. From how you spend your paycheck to whether you even believe you deserve wealth, it all starts upstairs. And the good news? You can reprogram your mind for wealth. Start by questioning those old money beliefs. Who told you that you have to work 80 hours a week to get ahead? Or that wanting more is greedy? Challenge those ideas, and you'll start to see the cracks in the scarcity versus abundance mindset. And once you do, you'll be ready to dive into the habits that make millionaires tick. Wealthy individuals don't just stumble into success, they build it, brick by brick, with habits that most people overlook. One of the biggest game changers? Discipline. They don't hit snooze 10 times or scroll through social media for hours. Instead, they wake up with purpose, often starting their day with routines that prime their minds for success. Whether it's journaling, meditating, or reading, these habits reinforce their wealth mindset. And let's not forget the power of consistency. Small, daily actions compound over time, just like a well-placed investment. But it's not just about routines, it's about what they prioritize. Millionaire habits often revolve around continuous learning. They're not afraid to invest in themselves, whether it's through books like The Richest Man in Babylon or courses that sharpen their skills. They understand that knowledge is one of the few assets that can never be taken away. And here's a little secret. They don't just learn for the sake of it, they apply what they learn. That's the difference between someone who reads about financial psychology and someone who uses it to negotiate a better deal or start a business. Another habit that sets them apart? Strategic decision-making. They don't waste time on things that don't move the needle. Instead, they focus on high-leverage activities, things that create value and generate long-term results. For example, instead of spending hours clipping coupons, they might spend that time researching investment opportunities or networking with like-minded individuals. It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter. And once you start adopting these habits, you'll see how they naturally lead to the next step, creating value for others. Here's a truth bomb. Chasing money will only get you so far. The real secret to building wealth lies in creating value. Think about it. Every successful business, product, or service exists because it solves a problem or fulfills a need. That's the essence of value creation. People with a wealth mindset understand this deeply. They don't ask, "How can I make more money?" Instead, they ask, "How can I help more people?" The money follows naturally when you focus on serving others. It's not magic. It's just how the world works. Take a look at some of the most successful entrepreneurs. Jeff Bezos didn't start Amazon by thinking, "I want to be a billionaire." He started by asking, "How can I make shopping easier for people?" The same goes for Elon Musk, who's solving problems in energy, transportation, and space exploration. These are prime examples of how focusing on value creation leads to financial freedom. And here's the kicker. You don't have to be a tech genius to do this. Whether you're a freelancer, a teacher, or a small business owner, there's always a way to create value in your own unique way. But here's where most people get stuck. They think value creation is about doing something big and flashy. It's not. Sometimes it's as simple as being reliable, solving a small but persistent problem, or offering a better experience than your competitors. The key is to shift from a scarcity versus abundance mindset. Instead of worrying about competition, focus on what you can bring to the table. When you start thinking this way, you'll realize that creating value isn't just a strategy, it's a mindset. And once you've mastered that, you'll naturally start thinking long-term. If there's one thing that separates the wealthy from everyone else, it's their ability to think long-term. They don't just focus on the next paycheck or the next month. They're playing the game for years, even decades, ahead. This is where the financial freedom mindset really shines. Instead of chasing quick wins, they're planting seeds that will grow into something much bigger. Whether it's investing in assets like real estate, stocks, or even their own businesses, they understand that patience is a key ingredient in building wealth. Here's a practical example. Imagine someone who spends $5 a day on coffee. Over a year, that's nearly $2,000. Now, someone with a long-term mindset might skip the daily coffee run and invest that money instead. Over 20 years, with compound interest, that $2,000 a year could turn into tens of thousands of dollars. It's not about depriving yourself. It's about making choices that align with your bigger goals. This is the kind of thinking that reprograms your mind for wealth and shifts you from a rich versus poor mindset to one of abundance. But long-term thinking isn't just about money. It's about how you approach life. People with a wealth mindset don't get discouraged by setbacks because they see them as temporary. They know that success is a marathon, not a sprint. This perspective allows them to stay focused, even when things get tough. And here's the best part. Once you start thinking long-term, you'll notice how it changes everything, from how you spend your time to how you make decisions. It's a mindset shift that naturally leads to overcoming the limiting beliefs that hold so many people back. Limiting beliefs about money are like invisible chains. They hold you back without you even realizing it. These subconscious money blocks often come from things you've heard growing up. Money is the root of all evil. Or, rich people are greedy. Sound familiar? The problem is, these beliefs sink deep into your subconscious and shape how you think, feel, and act around money. If you believe wealth is bad or unattainable, you'll unconsciously sabotage your own success. The first step to breaking free: recognize these beliefs for what they are, stories, not facts. Here's a practical way to start. Write down every belief you have about money. Be brutally honest. Then ask yourself, where did this come from? Is it even true? For example, if you believe you have to work yourself to the bone to be rich, challenge that. Look at people who've built wealth through smart investments or passive income. They're proof that a financial freedom mindset doesn't require endless hustle. It requires strategy. By questioning these beliefs, you start to reprogram your mind for wealth and open yourself up to new possibilities. But here's the thing. Overcoming limiting beliefs isn't a one-and-done deal. It's a process. You have to actively replace those old stories with empowering ones. Instead of thinking, "I'll never be rich," try, "I'm learning how to build wealth." Instead of, "I'm bad with money," say, "I'm improving my financial habits every day." These small shifts might feel awkward at first, but over time, they'll reshape your subconscious. And once you've cleared those mental blocks, you'll be ready to take action on everything you've learned so far. You've just unlocked some of the most powerful insights about money, mindset, and success. But here's the real question. What are you going to do with it? Knowledge is only as good as the action you take. Are you ready to challenge those old money beliefs that have been holding you back? Are you willing to adopt the millionaire habits that can transform your life? The truth is, the only thing standing between you and financial freedom is the decision to start. So, what's your next move? Will you start reprogramming your mind for wealth by questioning your beliefs? Will you focus on creating value instead of chasing quick wins? Or maybe you'll commit to thinking long-term and building habits that set you up for success. Whatever it is, take that first step today. Remember, the difference between a rich versus poor mindset isn't talent or luck. It's the willingness to think differently and act boldly. If this video inspired you, don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another chance to level up your financial psychology. And don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Share it with your family and friends. You never know who might need this message to start their own journey toward financial freedom. Let's keep this journey going together, because the life you want is closer than you think. Now it's your turn to make it happen.